Hello and welcome to the Capital Market. Thank you for joining us on the program. I am Bolaji Akinwale. Now this program is to show you what happened in the market and of course to let you have understanding of what goes on at the equities market and other arms, other parts of the capital market. And we have with us in the studio Abel Ezekiel, our market analyst, capital market analyst here with us. Thank you, Abel, for coming on the program. I would like us to start on this note, which is taking a look at our turnover. I realized that the market's turnover dropped at the end of the session from 1.850 billion shares. It dropped to 1.359 billion.
Yes, it has been a trend. Yes, 3 weeks ago we have about 3.778 billion. It dropped to about 1.850 last week. And then we now have this figure which I have really quoted. All this really is more or less a accumulation or an aftermath effect of a kind of investor apathy in the market, negative sentiment, that is pervading the market. People are trading cautiously. Nobody want to got caught up when the price is not too favorable. So that is really what is what we are seeing in the market, specifically speaking. If you notice, I've been, for instance, appreciated on Monday, about 0.30% on Monday. On Tuesday it dropped, Wednesday it dropped, Thursday it dropped. Before we now, in fact, as at Thursday it was almost dropping to the benchmark we had last week, which was about 35,381.02%, which it closed last week, which it almost reversed. As I thought, it was about 30,400, which is almost close to the figure we had about 2 weeks ago. So, the consequence, or what we can get out of that, is that it's been people trading cautiously and at the same time taking profit as occasional demands. Cabri appreciated the period close to 33%. Before again 30%, which is about 30-40%, moved close to 46 naira 83 kobo. And this week it was almost sustaining before it crashed on Friday, because people are trading, taking profit. The same to Dangote cement. As of last week, it was about 250. In fact, on Monday close to 215 naira 98 kobo. On Tuesday, on Wednesday, started dropping 5%. Thursday and Friday Wednesday and Thursday, before it gave 9 naira on Friday and appreciated by 5%, which actually goes a long way in stabilizing, which now reflected in the little bit of appreciation we saw yesterday.
Now, one major concern to some investors, and I'm sure you analysts as well, is that this figure may continue to drop, because as we move towards the Christmas season, a lot of investors usually sell off part of the investment at this point to make money. And now that we're already in the period anyway, but we're still seeing this drop. The fear is that this may dip further.
Yes, from the macroeconomy level to some of the earnings that we are receiving, in fact, a lot of factors are really multifaceted factors are actually responsible for some of these things, which will, to an extent, goes into a long way in confirming what the fears you have raised, because we will certainly be experiencing this thing for a long period of time. And within the week, as it is, the issue of capitalization, came up. That the stockbroking firm were now asked to raise their share capital, if you had broker dealer, from 70 million to about 300 million. And within the week, a statement came from SEC that they should send their merger or acquisition plans to them. And we have about a month. So it's a mixed bag. It's a kind of a negative kind of scenario, pervading the market generally, because I expect some of all these things, policies, to be tinkered with in a way, so that to dial some of these issues that we're having in the market. But to the best knowledge or whatever of the APS regulatory body, they felt that they really want to hold, they want to make sure that the issue of capitalization is dealt with at this period. And I think it is really not ideal at this point in time.
We'll see how that plays out, because
Yes.
we're gradually moving towards that deadline.
That period, yes, exactly.
December is just here. Before
Just
you know it,
about
we're already
one
at the end of
month,
December.
a week away.
Okay, I'd like us to look at the indices.
Yeah.
From the NSE All-Share Index, 30 Index, Banking Index, it seems that all the indices dropped.
They all dropped.
Depreciated,
Yes.
except the Banking Index. What do you think kept it afloat?
Yes, it has been, if you notice, it really comes down to what you can regard as a bottom line. As our last week, you understand, First Bank had moved close to 9 naira, Stanbic had moved close to 28 naira, GT had moved from about 10 naira to about 23 naira, Zenith Bank had moved from about 25 naira to about, oscillating between 20 and 21 naira. So to an extent, it's like the prices is stabilizing at this point. And these banks are most of the heavily capitalized, securities or stocks in the banking sector, So to an extent, most of them did not depreciate within the week. And that really to an extent sustained the index for the banking sector, which you have alluded to. Because if it had gotten to where investor felt that the price where it is now had got to a bottom level, definitely there's some element of stability in it, and that's exactly what we have seen. Because for instance, if you could remember, First Bank dropped to about 8 naira, 95 kobo or 92 kobo about 2010, and the tendency for it to drop to that level was still there, but to an extent the market now felt that it has at 9 naira, because even we appreciated about 10 kobo within the week. So it's a way of just showing that it has dropped enough, and we've gotten to a point whereby it's almost below the intrinsic value. So that is why that element of stability, was seen concerning those, those stock listed in the banking sector.
Okay, I'd like you to hold the thoughts for a minute. Abel Ezekiel, our capital market analyst. We're going to go on a break. I'll be right back.